I don't know. I swear I locked it.
Did you lock it?
I don't think that lock works after Fitz came in. And, well, either way. We'll try this again. 3, 2, 1. What's up, MPX addicts, and welcome to the MPX Mainline. And I am your host, Jay Williams, the hashtag certified mark, here with my co-host,
the voice of the MPX addicts, and I'm sad.
I'm devastated myself. Today it was supposed to be a great day. The Impact players were supposed to finally win the war. Menage a Trois was supposed to be thoroughly embarrassed.
What? No, Menage a Trois was supposed to reign. The
Well,
ring was supposed to be sticky with Menage a Trois juices and winning. That's what happens when Menage a Trois wins.
But either way, things didn't exactly go as planned tonight, and, well, it happens.
Spoilers.
But either way, tonight's Alone in the Dark, well...
Oh, we're left in the dark.
Definitely. We don't know what's going to happen next, but let's go on.
Oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night.
I've got to say, we started the night off really strong, really, really great with the return of Richter 5-0 to the ring. It has been a couple of months. Yes, it was absolutely fantastic.
It's not Alone in the Dark. It's Night of Returns.
Yeah, no, really? But this one went great. I mean, he was going up against the debuting.
No, he's
Ricky
been.
Jackson.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. He lost, and we'll probably never see him again. But
Richter won with how many butt punches?
5?
5? I think so, yeah.
But
5 butt punches and that sweeping DDT of his.
It is, but you kind of glossed over it. Richter won.
Richter
For the first
won.
time in 2019, Richter won. Not only did Richter win, the Stars won. Where's Zero? Zero!
So where are you going? Just, you know what? We need to book Zero anyway. I mean, Punk's not dead, right? And then we got the first of 3 matches that Menage a Trois was going to be in tonight as the 1 in a million self-styled Rookie of the Year, Tatum Manning.
No. Official 2019 Rookie of the Year.
No, well, you know what? If he's going to be Rookie of the Year, he's going to have to learn to, basically keep himself upright on his own, because he took on Byron Anthos tonight, and Byron, well, he wised up after the last few times he's been here.
Oh, he's a coward.
He
turned down a challenge. He's not the king of fools. He's the king of cowards. Tatum issued a challenge, and he turned it down. And not only did he turn it down, he chased the man. Tatum was going to wash a truck. He was going to wash his beautiful truck.
That wasn't his truck. I'm pretty sure that was his truck.
You really going to trust JJ? That's what I thought.
You know what? We'll get legal on that one, but...
I'm telling you, he was going to wash his beautiful truck, and then the king of cowards sitting there jumps him.
You see, Tatum jumps him from behind, and then he runs away when things don't go his way.
No, did not happen that way.
Hitting JJ on his way out. What kind of Rookie of the Year does that?
The king of cowards hit JJ too. Everyone hits JJ. Bambi hit JJ.
That's a good point, but either way, I mean, Byron won this one. This is a W in his book, and he explained to Tatum, sometimes you just don't get what you want. Sometimes you just got to take the L and go home.
He was a coward.
Yeah, Tatum was.
No, king of cowards.
I've got to say, Frankie's not having the greatest luck the past couple of weeks.
Anthony screwed him last week. You saw it. Everyone saw it. There's video proof. There's a great camera shot on the Addicts page. I am not going to deny
that one, because you know what? I saw that clear as day as well, and unfortunately Anthony didn't. But if the ref can't see it, he can't call it. Those are the rules.
You can no longer say he's the best ref in Texas.
Tonight, he even got a bit of a pass that I honestly don't think he should have gotten, and he still lost the match.
Well, he's going against one of the best in Texas.
True.
Now, granted, Frankie's good, don't get me wrong. But when you've got dirty Andy Dalton coming
the Texas Iron Man, it just, going up against the flying a-hole, it was almost a foregone conclusion, but Frankie was really doing well. Unfortunately, at the end,
there were several times Frankie had it won. And technically, there was a 3 count. But the ref then realized he made the mistake of counting 3.
You know what?
Because Bambi's a good ref.
Bambi is a good ref. And it's like Frankie even made sure before the match telling Bambi that, hey, you need to make sure you don't screw this up. You know, he basically mentioned the foot under the rope.
And he didn't.
And so Bambi saw the foot under the rope and he called it.
Which,
so,
I mean, okay. Let's give the ref respect. Brandon called the great match. Brandon
referee
nailed it.
Brandon King, a great, official here at MPX. But I got to say, it's like, I don't know why Brandon would have done this, but he gave Frankie a pass when Frankie quite clearly low-blowed Andy.
Yeah, I mean, he saw it clearly. I think it's one of those where he knew the
He refused the pin,
this.
but he didn't disqualify him immediately.
I think it's also, let's be honest, Frankie's kind of intimidating. Frankie's scary. If you
know what, I will
Frankie,
give you that. Frankie does.
He knew and Brandon's got a history of getting in wrestlers' ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw that, several months back.
But he did refuse the pin, saying that he saw the low blow and he's not going to let it end this way. And while Frankie was distracted with Brandon, Andy rolled him up for the win.
Yep, exactly. And that's, again, Dalton's on a nice little trail here.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie may be on a little slide, although he shouldn't have won. He shouldn't have lost last week. He might have won that. We don't know because it wasn't necessarily, like a double count. It was literally he used the veteran experience, put his foot out there, and Anthony, who you've always said is one of the best refs in Texas, missed it. You can't say he's the best ref in Texas anymore. You just can't.
I'm not the one who said. You're the one who said. I say Carl.
I don't recall
think
that.
Carl would have missed it.
I never said Anthony was the best ref.
But either way,
I'm a Howie guy personally.
Howard rep is a good match.
Anybody but Will and Travis.
They're going to get mad at you. But either way, Andy Dalton picking up the win. Frankie Fisher being so upset at losing this match that he wanted to attack Brandon after the match, tricking him into the ring by saying his knee was hurt.
Well, and you saw the flashback immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Brandon's eye. You saw the flashback happen.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, I'm good.
He saw it coming. He
smart.
got out of the ring before it could get any worse, and he got out of the way. I think Frankie Fisher may have a severe distrust of the refs at this point, though.
I think every ref needs to be on watch because Frankie, we've seen Frankie, when he gets pushed to a limit and pushed to an edge, it's bad. All these refs, every one of them, Howie, Carl, Anthony, Brandon, they've all got to watch out. Travis, they all got to watch out.
Oh, yeah. And, well, we'll see what goes on from here. And then we have the promised tag team match between Punch Drunk Love and Menage a Trois. But there was a surprise. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise here too. The one, the only, Machiko.
Yes.
Hello there. How are you?
Nice welcome back. Nice reunion.
Oh,
nice
yes,
it was great.
It was great. Well, it was almost perfect. But unfortunately, it's like, gotta ask, what happened out there?
Well, you have Stephen Kirby, who is obviously tough, who obviously, in his sense, runs the show. And taking a big move like that, like, come on now. Like, he could put a guy of his own size out with that kind of move. Nonetheless, somebody like me. I mean, I know I'm tough and I'm down to fight at times, but that's not the first time I've taken that move. And you could take it 20 times in a row. It's still going to knock you out. And Larry took advantage of it. They kept their belts. And
Larry takes advantage of women, so
Yeah,
it
fair
happens.
enough. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is true. I mean, we had the surprise edition of, DTF. It looked like we had a DTF reunion of sorts.
Is it really a DTF reunion? We're missing two people.
We had the two people that still like each other.
Okay, true. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, Scott. They like Scott. Scott's good with them.
He's good.
Yeah,
unfortunately, he hasn't been around much.
That is true.
Since his injury, and he has a family now, or another family, I guess, an extension.
And we
to his
are
family.
very happy for him.
Very happy for that guy.
He's doing well. We want him back, but we understand why he's not.
Oh yeah.
No,
definitely.
exactly. I was very happy to be back in the ring with Brent, not only a DTF member, but one of my best friends. I love that guy to pieces. So I felt like it was really perfect. But yeah, just really one of those belts back. It didn't happen. It doesn't change our history. It doesn't change DTF being one of the most dominant, not one of, the most dominant group that has ever been in MPX ring. You heard the crowd's reaction to us. You heard the crowd's reaction to me before I was even announced. So that speaks for itself.
I started that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for stealing Punch Drunk Love's thunder, but what can you do,
what?
right?
It was a night of returns and reunions.
It
with
was.
That one.
It was
a
great.
Great one. And honestly, the only thing that would have been a cherry on top is if either DTF or Punch Drunk Love had walked away with the
And
titles.
I agree with that.
I've got to say that I actually have a little bit of respect for Larry because that was cunning.
Well, and let's be honest though. I mean, we even heard the crowd. They chanted anyone but Larry.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Larry stuck it not only to DTF and Punch Drunk Love. He stuck it to the Addicts.
And
Yeah.
technically, if Larry didn't do that cop out of a tag, I had that match.
Larry's just sticking
Lizzie
it to
Thorne
him.
tapped out
yeah.
to my Texas Cloverleaf. I had that match.
You had it won, but unfortunately, they were just a little bit more wily. I got to say, I almost feel bad for doubting the team up of Larry and Lizzie.
But I feel like they have studied DTF and our tactics that we have been doing for years now.
Well, and that is the thing. DTF has a great study tape of history going on.
I hit somebody with
Punch
a car
Drunk
for Christ's
Love.
sake.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He's still okay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But still.
I haven't seen him in a while, but
Well, he's part of
alive. That's what matters.
He's part of the fake top mob, so
Yeah,
it happens.
he's alive. I'm not in prison. We're good.
Yeah.
It's always
like
good
him.
not to be in prison.
Yeah,
But either
no,
way,
it's great.
Menage a Trois retaining their titles tonight through a surprising win. And, well, unfortunately, but maybe better luck next time because Brent looked like he is not at all done with Menage a Trois.
No,
I don't think either one of them are done.
No, we're not done.
Good.
DTF is not done. We have been put on a shelf for a bit because we've all gone our own ways. I was in London about a month ago.
That was awesome.
Brent's been killing it too all over the state. Same with Dalton. He's been out doing his own thing. And again, Scott has a family to raise now. But we haven't been forgotten, obviously.
Oh, not at all.
Not at
Not at
all.
all.
Not one bit. And yeah, there's a lot for us in store in the future for
Awesome.
MPX. Absolutely.
That's going to be great.
Yep.
Again, I was excited to see you back. You're one of my favorites, so hopefully you're back a lot more. It'd be great.
hopefully.
So,
Yeah, definitely making a point.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
And thank you again, Machiko, for appearing on our show. But I got to say that
now
this
that
next
she's
match-
gone, though,
Yeah.
can we see Lizzie real quick? I didn't want to. It's rude to ask when she's there. See?
Should have lost. But either way,
No.
going on to the next match, we got to see Menage a Trois in their third match of the night in which they took on, well, one of them took on the MPX Prospect Champion, Sebastian Envy.
You got to remember, where there's one, there's usually more. But the others were busy. Tatum, was
Tatum was
washing his beautiful truck until the King of Cowards attacked him. And then, Larry and Lizzie are celebrating their win. I mean,
Well, CJ was out here on his own, and unfortunately that seemed to prove his undoing because even though he was going for, the MPX Prospect Champion, this was Sebastian's second defense. And don't they usually say it's like the second or third one?
And to me, it's usually the third's the hardest.
Third's the
But,
hardest,
I mean,
yeah.
so
But
a lot
even-
of people have gotten past the second one. Sebastian, without a doubt, though, taking on CJ, a very young up-and-comer here, and he did well. And, I mean, he nailed that, Hadouken thing or whatever. It was, he nailed it, so.
I caved in CJ's chest, and you know what? That was a strong win for the Strong Style Nerd, and I got to say
I
that
see what you did there.
Yeah. I got to say I'm looking forward to match number 3. We'll see what happens then. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us to discuss the main event and the events that transpired in it, the one and only manager of the Impact Players, Jamie Aller.
You have a very loud studio.
Unfortunately, Menage a Troi's got their VIP room down the hall.
It's not a
Welcome
lot
to
of
the party.
soundproofing
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
But either way, we got to see a 8-man Alone in the Dark tag team match. Wow, that's a mouthful.
Try
And-
explaining the rules real quick.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
even longer.
That's even longer, in which 2 men enter in every 3 minutes, I think it was. Another 2 men would enter after that, and it was always opposing members of each team.
Yep.
And, well, this match it got wild, especially towards the end when Isaac Mazer came out and basically tried to set a trap for you. I mean, he was able to spring it a bit, but you got one over on him.
It's
honestly.
I said it at Purple Rain. We were in a dark era here with Hardakis in the title, and we just got darker.
Indeed.
It's one of those where you didn't think it could get darker, and it got super dark, and it's upsetting. Like we just watched the Brotherhood go away.
No, we didn't. See, that's the whole thing, right? I heard what Isaac said tonight. All right, I heard him. I got a lot of text messages after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
He played me all along. He forced my hand. He made me react every step of the way. And I wasn't going to do that tonight. Because tonight wasn't about that. Tonight, this had to end once and for all. And it didn't matter who lost the match. What mattered was the war had to end on both sides. And it did. Nothing, especially a stipulation of a match, is going to end a brotherhood. Unfortunately, after what I would consider the most successful 2-year run of any combination of talent in this company's history, the Impact players are no more.
And that's the thing, because when you said 2 years, you hear some idiot from the crowd saying that's not that long. In MPX history, 2 years for a faction to run and dominate that way, that's a long time.
Look, we don't run every month or every 6 weeks or when the income tax checks start to roll in or somebody passes on an inheritance.
Person.
We don't just, fly in, talent once every 3 months and call ourselves the best promotion in Texas. No, we run every single Saturday night right here in Bedford, the same location, week in and week out. And for 2 straight years, you can count it. In October of 2017, we came together, and for 2 straight years, week in and week out, the Impact players have been the most dominant group that this company has ever seen. If there's a title, we won it.
And that's the thing I was just about to add. Not even as a group, singly, you all dominated singly as well. And that's, again, you look at the history. Trust Fund, which you know very well, didn't dominate like the players. DTF, as much as they are loved, didn't necessarily dominate like the players. You've got Menage a Trois. Okay, that's kind of a joke. I saw him smirk a little. It's, a little sad time right now. But seriously, there hasn't been a faction or a stable dominate singly, as a team, as a unit. Even when y'all had friction, when Dave was on his own, they still all dominated. And then they all came together. It's, again, like I said, greatest probably faction here in MPX history.
And you know what? I'm going to have to agree with that, definitely, because it started out kind of rocky for me, but it towards the end, especially now, the Impact players just, are one of the greatest tag teams ever, to be perfectly honest. And I've got to say, is Dave taking that pin and doing what he did for you, honestly, that definitely proves that this is a brotherhood, regardless of, you can't put it, doesn't need to be an end. There doesn't need to be the Impact players. Because he showed that,
It wasn't supposed to be him.
No.
I mean, in that situation, I knew what needed to be done. And what he did, sitting there taped to the guardrail,
Being forced
having my
to watch.
eyes literally spread open by Jason Silver, having to watch my brother have his head driven into the mat and pinned 1, 2, 3. The 4 of us will never be the same after tonight. And while the war with the crypt is over, there's a new chapter for all 4 of us moving forward. And whatever happens, happens. But that'll be an image that will never leave my mind ever.
It won't leave a lot of ours, especially for fans of the Impact players. But I did have a question, and we never really got an actual ruling on it, if Isaac lost or if you lost or whatever. Since it is the Impact players that cannot team, are you still allowed to manage Dave?
No, Dave.
It's still considered part of the group?
Dave is officially on his own 100%. And again, we talk about the Who Shot JR period where Dave went away for a couple of months and we all kind of came back together and it was just a big dream sequence and it didn't really happen. But in my eyes and in my perspective, the Impact players are Ryan Remington, the Tommy Becker, the Solution, Dave Sagan, and myself. And the reality is, if one of those components is no longer able to be a part of the whole, then there are no Impact players.
Yeah.
So the new generation of Impact, the era of Impact, however you want to call it, that shirt's a collector's item now because it's no more.
Yeah.
And, we'll see what happens from here. But tonight will not be a night that I forget ever.
No, I can imagine
Wow.
that. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Aller. Our sincerest condolences to you, to Tommy, Ryan, and Dave. I hope that the future can get better because I really can't imagine how it would get worse.
It's like you said, it's end of an era. It's sad, but with that end of an era, like I said, we've reached one of the darkest eras ever here at MPX.
Thanks for watching MPX Addicts. That was MPX's Alone in the Dark, and it definitely is a dark time after that ending.
I don't know how you continue. I literally just wiped a tear away. How are you continuing?
I
You're wearing a
honestly-
Sagan shirt.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that after we're done here, I'm going to break. But you know what? We don't know what's going to happen next. We could see things go up because honestly, like I said, I don't think it can get much worse than this. But we know what's going to be happening in the near future.
Don't challenge Isaac on that, though. I mean, we've challenged Isaac to this point. We need to stop challenging Isaac.
I think you're right on that one. But like I said, we do know what's happening in the near future, though. We're going to be seeing some big names coming to
We've
Metroplex
got huge
Wrestling.
names coming up. I mean, next week, it's the Halloween episode of MPX. We're episodes.
Yeah,
it's the Halloween show here at MPX.
And you know what? Come in a costume. Definitely.
Some of you can. I don't.
No, some of them
I don't
don't need
dress
it.
up, but really, you're gonna do the addicts that way? Oh, but yes, we've got huge things coming up. The November season pass is up. The December season pass is up.
Oh, you definitely need to get that.
November
Both of those.
16th.
Oh, yes.
One of the best wrestlers here in the state of Texas. Homegrown talent.
Absolutely.
Making big waves here in the wrestling world. Gino is
Latin
coming for the
heartthrob.
first time at the MPX Event Center. It's going to be wonderful. And then, the 23rd, we're getting nasty.
Oh, things are definitely going to get nasty here. So we're going to have the Gym Nasty Boys here at
Gym
Metroplex
Nasty Boys.
Wrestling.
And I mean, personally, there's a dream match I've always wanted, a fun and sexy and gymnasty.
Mhm.
Hopefully we get that. We don't know.
Well, we might get that, or we might, as we saw tonight, we might get to see Gym Nasty Boys versus Punch Drunk Love. That'd be pretty cool, too.
I mean, who knows? Punch Drunk Love. There's, there's probably other teams. There's a lot going on. Menage a Trois, even. I mean, think about it. Gym Nasty and Menage a Trois. How nasty is that going to be?
Yeah, that is
That would
definitely
be
going to
great.
be nasty.
But then, I mean, even after that, one of the biggest things, almost front row, almost already sold out for December 14th.
Yes. We're going to have the little bastard, the Irishman, the leprechaun, Hornswoggle, coming to Metroplex Wrestling on December 14th. That is going to be great. I cannot wait for that show. You can't wait for that show. Get your tickets now because you know what? The front row may almost be sold out, but I'm pretty sure as soon as that's gone, second row's going to be gone.
Second row's gonna go.
Living room's going to be gone.
GA.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure it's going to be standing room only.
It is. And that's the thing here. We have great shows all lined up. Get your season passes November and December. It's a great time to come. I mean, it's the holiday season. You got family coming in town?
Hey,
bring them here.
Definitely. This is definitely a place to bring your family and, just have a great time. And honestly, you know what? We're getting towards the end of the year, which means we're coming up on one of the greatest shows MPX does.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Very last show of December.
Oh, yes.
The flashback, retro show, whatever it's called.
Time
Warp. I mean, it's going to be great. It's always one of the funnest shows here at MPX. But again, we've rambled all that through. Listen to us more, ramble more on MPX Radio, dropping every Friday. It used to be Thursday, now it's Friday.
And if you happened to listen to this last week, we had the one, the only, the Solution, Dave Sagan on there. And you know what? We didn't know what was coming, but he kept good on his word. He said that he was going to make sure Jamie did not get eliminated. He protected Jamie.
He did, because I even mentioned that. I said, hey, look, nothing against Jamie. Managers are kind of the weak link here. They're not actual wrestlers. And he said, Jamie will be protected.
But you know what? You also should tune in next week because once again, we're going to have MPX Radio's favorite wrestler, Richter 5-0. And it's going to be awesome because this one's going to be, it's going to be different.
Protect your butt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But of course, at the same time, make sure you tune in next month on November the 14th. Wow. You know what? There's wrestling shows on 14th both months. So Leave me alone. But we're going to have the one and only, the sexy one, Baby D, on MPX Radio with us, and that is going to be so awesome. But either way, keep it kayfabe, wrestling fans.
It's Saturday